Hey guys, it's Troy. Welcome to another video. I'm just chilling out in the London sun, and I thought I'd record this one for you because I wanted to just talk about the importance of arresting negative feelings as quickly as you can, okay? And it's hard to do. We all get it wrong. But the thing is, if a feeling comes in and it's negative, and I've talked about emotion on this channel a lot, I've talked about the need to control emotions, right? And when these negative feelings come in, you need to find ways to manage them, right? You need to find ways in which to not suppress them, because I don't think you can ever really suppress negative feelings effectively, but you certainly need to find ways in which to ameliorate them, okay? Now, there are a couple of instances where this is particularly acute. One of them is with approach anxiety, and guys get very, very wound up about that, and that obviously is one of the key kinds of things that coaches really talk about in terms of getting better with dating and getting better socially. Another one is breakups, how to handle breakups, which can obviously be very, very difficult, and that can in turn encourage people to remain in negative situations, in bad relationships, or relationships that kind of just for whatever reason aren't working for longer than they should. And what you need to do is have a strategy in place so that you can arrest those feelings as quickly as possible and do the right action anyway, okay? Now, in terms of arresting those feelings, what works really, really well is action, okay? And, you know I always talk about action on here, and, but in the end, cheers, in the end, action is really the only palliative for most issues in life, because you can sit around and pontificate, you can cogitate, and you can make yourself feel very bad about things that have happened or things that are going to happen. But in the end, the only way that you're going to get through it and get past it is by taking action, all right? So, in the case of approach anxiety, we could sit here all day and we can talk about, why approach anxiety occurs, what it means, why it's illogical, why it's a bad thing, why it's holding you back as a human being. But ultimately, the only way that you're gonna get right with it is by shutting off your mind and taking that action, making those approaches, going and starting a conversation with somebody. That's the only way you're going to get through it. So action helps to arrest the negative feelings. And what you will find, and what I always find, and my clients always find, is that you do you get a few under your belt, and suddenly, you're feeling amazing, and suddenly you can't wait until doing the next one. I remember many, many, many years ago, I got a job doing door-to-door sales for a brief period of time, and it wasn't a career that I kept up by any means, but I went out, and it was in Manchester, and we went out in the suburbs of Manchester, and the guys were showing me how they did the job, and they were like knocking on the doors of these householders. The door would open, the householder answers, they start talking, chatting, and presenting the product and trying to make a sale. And I was just completely new to this, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. And I was champing at the bit in order to do some door knocking myself and starting to chat to people. And I did. And, I don't remember that I was particularly good at it, but I think I had a couple of quite good interactions, because, just the very idea, the very notion of taking action kind of excites me. And then once you start taking that action, you find it has this knock-on effect, and you start to gain momentum, which is really, really powerful. It's really awesome. And then years later, exactly the same thing kicked in when I was doing the approaching girls and going to nightclubs and bars and all this kind of thing. And the pleasure of doing it can in many ways not outweigh the pleasure of whatever the result is, but it can certainly be up there with the pleasure of the result. So, but you need to take that action in order to get there. You're not going to get there by thinking about it. You have to bypass the brain, and you have to go to the physical plane, the plane where action exists. Another thing is something like a breakup scenario, which is obviously very difficult to deal with for many people, guys and girls. And I think if you are considering a breakup, or if you see a breakup in the offing, then you need to have some kind of a strategy in place in order to try to arrest the negative feelings that you're going to get as a result. Now, again, you can't completely suppress those feelings, and actually, I think entirely suppressing them is a bad thing. You know, we have to experience our feelings, we have to sit with them, we have to live through them. Having said all of that, you can certainly make things easier, right? You know, and why be sitting in a rainy kind of cafe crying about it when you could be, you know, you could go somewhere cool, you could take a trip, you could travel, you could go on an adventure, you could do something cool, you know, while you're processing those feelings. Now, I'm not saying it's going to make you feel amazing and it's all going to go away, but you know, you might as well set yourself up for success. So again, you've got to take that action. You've got to think, right, okay, I can see that this is, you know, that this is probably going to come to an end. I can see the ramifications of this. What am I going to do to put myself in the best possible position, not to be happy, but at least to kind of be able to get through it in a reasonably comfortable way. So, you know, again, with breakups, I always counsel clients, you know, get your ducks in a row, be prepared, get ready to, you know, do whatever it is, go to your happy place. You know, do whatever it is you're gonna do that's going to at least make you feel not overjoyed at what's happened, but at least, you know, starting a new chapter and making things a little bit more palatable for you, let's say. So look, I'm going to leave it there for now, but do sign up for my free email. So the link is below. I send out a free article by email every day. Awesome. Do subscribe to this YouTube channel because it really helps me to bring in new subscribers, keep putting out the free content. Renegade Dating Domination, my collection of essays and articles for the last 5 years about dating, game and all that stuff. Link below, check that out. And also, finally, Charisma and Dating Academy reopens for new students in a couple of weeks' time on the 7th of August. There'll be a brief enrolment period from the 7th of August until the 11th. So look out for more info on that very soon, and do be sure to sign up for that course because it, I can tell you, is very powerful. It's already helped a load of guys to increase their success in dating and in life in general. I will leave it there for now. I'll see you again very soon. Bye-bye.